Criminal Appeals Court in California just cleared the way for the U.S. government to end temporary protected status, or TPS, for nearly 90,000 migrants from Nicaragua, Honduras, and Nepal. So according to court documents, the judges said the government is likely to win its argument that Nome's decision wasn't, quote, arbitrary or capricious, meaning it followed the law and proper process. So back in 2025, Nome moved forward to terminate TPS for these countries, arguing that the program was always meant to be temporary, not something that lasts for decades.
And, there's one country missing, which is Haiti. They were able to remove Haiti from this list. So it should be 4 countries, but it's only 3 right now. We'll figure that out.
So after the ruling, Nome called it, quote, a win for the rule of law and said TPS had been misused under previous administration. She claimed it was expanded in ways that allowed criminals and national security threats into the U.S., turning a temporary humanitarian program into what she described as a de facto amnesty. She also said conditions in these countries have improved enough that the original emergency designations no longer apply. So for context, here's how TPS started for each country.
Well, real quick, I want to find out. Let me see if we can look this up. Hey, Arthur, why was Haiti excluded from this list of countries that TPS was ended for? Initially, it was 4 countries, but now it's only 3. Why was Haiti spared, and for how long is Haiti going to be spared for?
Haiti's temporary protected status, or TPS, termination was blocked by a federal court. While the Department of Homeland Security initially planned to end it, a judge ruled that termination was arbitrary and put it on hold indefinitely. The reason is that the court found DHS didn't follow proper procedures. As of now, Haitian TPS protections remain active and the termination's paused until the litigation is resolved.
How long might that take? And have they already started the process of that litigation, or is it still in limbo?
Haiti's TPS termination is on hold because on February 2nd, 2026, a judge blocked the termination, ruling that plaintiffs are likely to succeed in court. The original termination date was February 3rd, 2026, but that's now suspended. The litigation process is active, and Haitian TPS holders have their work authorization extended until further notice. The timeline now depends on future court decisions.
Do you know why I don't like that? Because you're telling me that Haitians are over here in the United States and they have work authorization, so they have jobs. I need them gone. Our kids need those jobs. Our families need those jobs. Our fellow Americans who speak the language, who are from this country, they need those jobs, and we don't have one extra spare position to spare. We have nothing extra to give anyone else. Those days are over. Right now, these countries, they send people over here. They take advantage of our kindness. They abuse our amnesty rules, and they stay here indefinitely. And now the most disgusting and the most pathetic thing that literally pisses me off daily is when you have to imagine young American workers having to now compete with foreign criminal illegal aliens for income, for jobs, for promotions, for opportunities. This country is for us. America is for Americans. Now, if you want to say that illegals and immigrants built this country, the reason we're exporting them all now is because we want to share the wealth. Let's see them recreate that same magic in another country. But if they cannot, and they don't have the magic or the ability to do so, then you're going to all have to concede that it wasn't illegals and immigrants that made this country special. It was Americans. It was our system. It was our Anglo-Saxon, European framework that literally began this country. And everyone else just started to pour in when they found out that they could use our kindness as a weakness. American young men forced out of the workforce, forced into life on the streets, forced into gangs, eventually leading to death and to prison, because the jobs that were historically meant for them were given to fucking foreigners who were working for slave labor. But I thought we were against slavery. I thought we hated slavery. Don't we have 1 million movies a year that come out? Don't you have slave fatigue? I'm so tired of people talking to me about 150 years ago. Every black person that gets insulted is an Uncle Tom, is a massa, and this, all they do is refer to as slavery. But here it is, 2026, and you guys are crying because your slave labor is being kicked out of the country. They're fighting tooth and nails to keep the last remaining black slaves, the Haitians. See, the Hispanic slaves, they were able to get permission to get rid of. That's the 3 countries. But the 4th one was Haiti. Haiti eventually will fall too. We need every single job, every single position. I want 1,000 young American men to turn down those jobs. I want them all individually offered those positions. I want them all to turn them down before you even have a fucking dream about calling a foreigner and inviting them into our country to apply for that same job with whatever pay. I don't want one extra person over here taking advantage of our system and things that were meant for us. America is for Americans. It's America first, and it has to be America only. If there is another nation that you want to invite here because you want to put them first, your best bet is to you move there. People were saying, oh, we love the Bad Bunny, we want to see everything in Spanish. Then fucking move to a Spanish country. Go get on a plane and leave. Go to Mexico, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua. There's plenty of Spanish countries that you can go to choose from. What are you doing here? Go make these other countries great, since that's the sauce, since that's the magic behind the success of the United States is the immigrants. Then go with them. What are you waiting for? But we're not doing that here. These people will be removed and Americans will get those jobs back. We need them all. I'm tired of seeing Americans in the unemployment line. I'm tired of seeing Americans on the streets. I'm tired of Americans saying they cannot get hired because they're not bilingual. Imagine that. Look how sad your country is. You have to now learn a foreign language in your own homeland, or a foreigner is going to get picked before you. So what are your prospects looking like when you're a kid just starting out? You can't get a summer job. They all go to illegals. I haven't seen an English-speaking American working at a car wash over the summer in 25, 30 years. That was the last time. You don't see them anymore. Hell, I didn't even know Americans had jobs until I left California. That's how many illegals are literally working in every industry at every corner of my state. But now they're going to have to hire black. They're going to have to hire white. They're going to have to hire American. That's why I said the movement is America first, because that means Americans first. That's you. This is for you. Don't you have children? Don't you want to have children? And what do you want them to do? You want these foreigners to look down on them and laugh at them and call them poor and fire them? Or do you want your kids to be the ones doing the firing? Should the opportunities go to you and your family, or you want them to go to someone else? Now, if you're willing to squander away your inheritance, you go for it. But give up everything and leave. You don't deserve to be in the United States. You don't deserve to be an American. You're not. You have no national pride. You have no self-respect. There's nothing I can do for you if that's your mindset. But if you're an America first person and you want to see Americans prosper, you want to see your own people who share your citizenship and your language and your heritage, if you want to see them do better, well, then you're welcome here. I'm more than happy to greet you, but things have to change. Too much leniency, too much helping others, too much being soft on everything, but tough on ourselves and getting the short end of the stick while everything's being abused around us. You're a second and third class citizen in your own country. You watch it all get stripped away, but you're afraid to speak out against it because somebody might call you an ist or an ism. You got to get over it. The truth of the matter is they're never going to like you anyway. Another truth is you shouldn't care. You're an adult. No one has to like you. As long as you like yourself and you got a couple of pets that like you at home, you'll be fine. But first things first, these jobs are for Americans and our children. We don't have any room or any space or any opportunities for anyone else. It's America first and America only. That's it.
So Nepal was granted TPS in 2015 after a devastating earthquake, and Nicaragua and Honduras received TPS in 1999 following widespread deconstruction from Hurricane Mitch. Now, a U.S. federal judge in Washington, D.C. blocked the Trump administration's attempt to end TPS for Haitian nationals just before TPS was set to expire on February 3rd. For now, that means roughly 350,000 Haitians under TPS can keep their legal status and continue working in the U.S.
That's unacceptable. That's 350,000 jobs that could be going to up and coming young Americans who are looking to join the workforce, but there's no room for them. There's no, for one thing, you can't work somewhere that the Haitians work because, well, they're speaking French, they're speaking Creole. They know their own culture. They're the ones dominating the workspace. And what are you going to do? You come in there speaking English. You don't speak their language. You don't know their culture. They're not going to hire you. They have their own ecosystem. They build their own enclaves. And then we wonder why 20 years from now, they're talking about they're Haitian. They're not Americans. They hate America, but they have citizenship. So they have a right to say, fuck this country and everything we stand for. I don't like it. We've seen it from other cultures. Being Cuban, I'm an American first. I haven't been Cuban in years. I understood that when my family came here, we made a choice. If I wanted to be Cuban so bad, I'd be in Havana right now drinking melted cheese or whatever they give us when we go to the market because, well, you can't work. We're all equally poor. Is that the kind of life you want to live? That's what you're pushing for with your communist BS? Send them people back. Their country's never going to improve or get better if we're always taking their best and their brightest, bringing them here to the United States so that they can siphon jobs away from American workers. We have kids that cannot find jobs right now that are never going to want to become parents and start families and buy homes. We have whole generations of kids that have been displaced from the workforce, and their parents were too. So they don't even expect to get employment. They don't even think to ask because they knew it was not for them. These people are Americans. They don't speak Spanish. They don't speak French. They don't have any idea what's going on in the outside world. And you know what? Maybe they shouldn't need to. Maybe these other people should speak English. You shouldn't have to press 1. That's going to change. We got to get rid of these Haitians too. That's 350,000 jobs that our young Americans would love to have and would appreciate. Give them a head start in life so they can help build this country up. This is how you make things great again. You get rid of all these foreigners. Things for this country really went bad after the civil rights introduction of 1964. You had Martin Luther King with his bullshit and Cesar Chavez. They brought in the illegals. Martin Luther King made everybody feel like integration was worth it. They opened up the borders. Anybody could come here. Black people were already second-class citizens. Now they're 15-class citizens because they barely speak English. No one wants to hire them because why should you when you can employ these foreigners and pay them less? So now you have a whole subsection of society completely dependent on the government, living in a perpetual cycle of poverty. And the only solution is embrace a man that you've been groomed to hate. Trump. Embrace him. You want your kids to go back to work? You want to go to work? You want to be a responsible adult? You want to be an American or you want to be a black? Pick one. You want to be an American? You want to work? You want to earn? You want to be better? You want to take care of your family? You can join us. We're doing this for you. We're getting rid of these illegals. We're getting rid of these immigrants because they're the ones primarily affecting your community. They're not affecting everyone's community equally, just yours. Why do you think when they come here, they move into your neighborhoods? Those warehouse jobs you used to work that you can't get anymore, the jobs for the city that require you to speak all these other languages that you don't speak, that you can't get, that's because we let everybody in at your expense. You're on the wrong team. You're fighting on the wrong direction of history. You're literally voting against yourself. You're going to have to snap out of it. We're going to need more Americans to understand what's happening and to be more appreciative of what this administration is doing. It's never been done before. No one's ever specifically put Americans first. That's crazy. If you're an American and you say, I want to put America first, that's racist to who? to people who don't like this country and people who despise you. Be careful who you support, because it's going to come back to haunt you. And then your kids are going to be the ones that pay the price when they're living with you until they're 40. And you guys are roommates because they can't afford to start a life. They don't want to have kids. You'll never be a grandparent. Your family won't expand. This is the end of your bloodline. All because all the financial opportunities are going to foreigners and slaves. Here your kid is. How can your kid compete with a slave? How can you? We have to share the same mindset. We have to all be on the same page. We have to be a part of the same movement. Follow my page, subscribe to the channel, work with us, not against us. This is good news. The Ninth Circuit Court is siding with us. They ended temporary protection status. And the truth is, temporary means temporary. It didn't mean forever. We're going to get these Haitians the hell up out of here. But for now, these 3 countries are our start. 90-something thousand, 100-something thousand. Those are more jobs that are going to go to our children so that they can have a good start in life and they can start working. The sooner we get them into the workforce and out of the unemployment lines, the better. The faster we can teach them responsibility, the sooner we can repair this country and build back up to our original greatness that we deserve. Like and subscribe, share the video. I'll be back on with another topic in about 20 minutes. Remember, it's America first and America only.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.